Hey y'all, it's Joe, just Joe, and I'm here to do a video about what I use for my face, and then I'll jump off real quick, do an eye look, and I'll be right back. I hope that you like the content and that you like, comment, and subscribe below, and let's just get into the video. I'm going to start with primer. One of my favorite primers right now is the Tatcha Silk Canvas. And I'm just going to put that on about a little over a pump and a half, probably, all over my face, just for some moisture. Then I'm going to go in with one of my favorite pore filling primers, the e.l.f. Putty Primer. I'm just going to take a little bit in my T-zone. I don't have a whole lot of problems with pores, but I do have a few that needs to be filled in this area. So I just go in right along the T-zone. And you can use this on your whole face. I choose to just use it on a few problem areas. We finally have a very beautiful day here in Tennessee. No storms today. I'm hoping that I start to feeling better because there's no storms. Next, I'm going to go into the Pure 4-in-1 foundation. I'm color MN3. And I'm just going to take my It Cosmetics foundation brush. I'm going to put one pump to start with just directly on the brush. And just tap that around to spread it out. And this is just, I know it looks really light right now. It's mostly because of how much redness I have on my face and neck area. But it is a tad light for me. But I do go in and bronze everything up. So we will make it work. Just going to grab my mirror. And this is one of my foundation brushes. It's not as dense. I do kind of like it to give kind of like a more skin-like finish. This It Cosmetics brush in the combination with the Pure 4-in-1 actually does pretty good with the skin-like finish. I used to be a matte girl, and I don't know, I guess I just got tired of, even though I do cake a lot of makeup on, I got tired of the matte finish. I do like to have a glow. I'm just taking that down my neck since I do have so much redness from rosacea. I'm just blending that in. I did finally get a ring light, so I'm adjusting to that right now. I may have to turn it down a little bit. It is really making this foundation look a lot lighter than what it is. But since this is the first time using it, I'm sure I'll adjust to the settings. Let me just turn it down just a tad. My cats have already gotten quite intrigued by what's going on. There, that's a tad better. They're not sure about the ring light. They were quite interested when it was just sitting here, which worried me, but as soon as I turned the light on, it scared them. So they went on. So I'm hoping that means they'll leave it alone for a while. So next I'm going to go in with my cream bronzer by Fenty Beauty, and this is the color Butter Biscuit. I also have the macchiato shade, but I don't want to heavily bronze today with cream. I really love these. Well, I love Fenty products in general, honestly. And I like to pull mine up to kind of snatch the face. And this one, like I said, it's just enough to give you a glow, that sun-kissed glow. When I really want to be bronzed, I use the macchiato color, but today I just want to look kind of kissed by the sun, not like I've been out there all day. And if you get lines like right now, you can go back in with your foundation brush and blend it all out. And again, I blend up and I blend into my hairline. My hair is crazy this morning. I haven't done anything with it yet. Some days it's hard to want to do anything with your hair with everything that's going on in the world and staying at home. You just kind of want to stay in your pajamas, honestly. But I like to do makeup, so I don't mind doing makeup and knowing I'm going to be at the house. Next, I'm going to go in with this Kaja blush, which I think is super cute. This is for Feisty. And actually, I want to go on with my other one. Let me grab it. I'm going to go in with shade 2, Saucy. And as you can see, there's a little sponge. And then on the other end is the blush. Some people go in with a brush directly to the blush and don't use the sponge, but how can you not use the sponge? It's so cute. I don't know why it matters. These little hearts are only going to be there for a second, but I just think it's adorable. And then I'm just going to take this angled blush brush by Wet n Wild. Well, it's a contour brush, but I use it for blush. And kind of just stipple that everywhere. Just bounce. I like a lot of blush. I do like it on my nose. I will more likely have to go in with a little more of the product just because of how much blush I do like. Yeah, I will go in with a little more. I like it on my nose. Boop. And just a little more on the cheeks. I usually don't wipe too much. I do really soft circles if I do. Because if you swipe too much, you might disturb your foundation. I think that's enough for today since I'm not really going anywhere. Of course, I will go back in with powders also. So I always have to keep in mind that this isn't normally the final step for me. I like, now that it's hot, I do try to set my face with powders. So I'm going to go in with this MAC bronzer, blush, and highlight. These are actually very densely packed, so there's not any fallout, and you really have to get in there to get it. And go in with the bronzer in this palette and just go over what I did with the cream to set it. And some days I'll do cream on the sides of my nose, but I'm just going to do a light contour of the nose with the powder. I like this because it's very buildable. And I always go into the hairline. I'm always scared I'm going to miss out. And then if you have any lines that you're worried about, again with the foundation brush, just go in and buff that out. Then I'm going to take the same MAC palette, which was maybe a year and a half ago, the Christmas palette, and get back into my blush brush and go in and just get my nose and over what I did with the cream. I'll do most of these steps. A lot of people don't do all these extra steps, and I do most of it just because I like to, honestly, I just like to put on makeup. A lot of time I just take what's left of my blush brush and go right back over the hairline. Again, trying to get that glow from the sun without being in the sun. Then I'm going to go ahead and take a fluffy highlighter brush. This is from the Morphe Sweetie collection. And I'm going to go in with that same palette with that highlighter right here. And just highlight. I think I'm going to use my bigger mirror. I do like this highlighter a lot on more subtle days. Above the eyes. Again, it's very hardly pressed, so you have to really get in there. I don't know if their latest collection this last holiday was as hardly pressed, but it's a very beautiful palette. How's the weather where everybody's at? I know, talking to my friends from all over, actually all over the United States and other countries, that everybody's been having a little bit crazy weather. I'm going to go right down the bridge of my nose with that highlight, tip of my nose, right above the lip, get a little milk mustache going, and then my chin. And I always check my highlight, even if it's subtle. I still want it seen. Is anybody else wondering what Jeffree Star is saying he's coming out with lately? You know, so many people are mad at him, but the man does great makeup. I mean, there's just, you can't really deny that. I don't know where I'm at on him right now. Just about at the point where if I avoided everyone that had drama with their makeup line, wouldn't have very much makeup. So it's really hard to know what to do. I think that people can change, but unfortunately, when it's an influencer, all you know is what you see online, and since you don't know them personally, it's pretty hard to make a decision on what you're thinking about what's going on. I mean, it's just like tabloids or I guess drama news. You just never really know. Now I'm going to take my sponge and go into Laura Mercier, the Glow Setting Powder just under my eyes. And I do concealer a lot of days, but I don't feel like really putting a lot under my eyes today because I wanted to use this glow powder to brighten under my eyes. I don't know if you can see. With this bright light, it looks a little bit brighter than it does in person. But it just gives a very soft glow under your eyes. Kind of like what a lot of people try to get out of their concealer. And then I just take the rounded part of the wet sponge and press it in. And then a lot of times, since this is the glow, I put it right over anything that I did with my highlighter. And then for the rest of my face, it's going to be Laura Mercier regular translucence powder. And I'm just going to get a big fluffy brush, dip in there, tap off the excess, and I'm just going to run this anywhere I didn't set. I do go over where the glow is a little bit, if it's a little strong, which usually that's not a problem with me because I like it. I do like to glow. And this is the base that I normally go with on my face, excluding concealer. That just depends on how I'm feeling for the day. I'm going to jump off here and do a quick eye look, and I'll be right back to finish up. Editing Joe here. I totally forgot to do an outro. There will be a part 2 to this, so stay tuned for tomorrow's part 2 for my eyes. Thanks and hugs always. Bye.